Yeah, so if any of y'all have ever seen the 90s black sitcom Family Matters, you know the character of Stephen Q. Urkel. Stephen Q. Urkel is probably the most known nerd on the planet. Like, he probably got a picture of him next to the definition of nerd, because he was the biggest nerd. And in the story, in the context of the show, the storyline of the show, or the world of the show, or whatever, he met this girl next door named Laura, and he instantly fell in love. You know what I'm saying? From a little kid. So he decided to spend his life, or whatever, at least his childhood, pursuing this woman, pursuing this girl. You know what I'm saying? And she kept turning him down every single time. Like, every time. And she turned him down bad, too. He wouldn't even care. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, well, I need to do something else. He always come up with something else. Eventually, he was a scientist, so he ended up splitting himself into two. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, he turned himself into someone else. He flipped his whole personality, became Stefan Urkel. Then, when that didn't work, he accidentally split himself in two and had one of the twins turn into Stefan Urkel. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because Laura, she liked this Stefan Urkel. You know what I'm saying? She left with that nigga. She was finna marry that nigga and everything. They was in Paris, and she was sitting on the bed. If I remember correctly, it might not be correct. It might not be all the way correct. But she was sitting in the room, in the hotel room, and she was just like, he's not who she wanted. You know what I'm saying? She said she would rather be with the guy that treated her like a queen from the day he met her. Stephen Q. Urkel. It wasn't Stefan Urkel. You know what I'm saying? Even though she liked him, she really had them broke down and really fell in love with Steve Urkel. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the only one that was all the way real with her. The thing that Stephen Q. Urkel had in this television show is called persistence. He was so persistent. That girl was turning him down every which way. Even told that nigga go play in some traffic one time. You know what I'm saying? But he was persistent. He was persistent until he reached his goal. That's how you gotta be in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you gotta be, not catch the hint. Because that nigga just wasn't catching the hint. You know what I'm saying? But that's TV. When you're trying to accomplish something, bro, you gotta be persistent. If you're not persistent, then what the fuck you pursuing it for? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what people fuck with. People will start fucking with you if they see that you're persistent. It's King Spydamann. Y'all fuck with me, man, on all social media. I got a show May 23rd. If you've seen this before May 23rd, come to my show, man. I Lounge, Glenwood Road. Holla at y'all.